Hi guys, it's Jessica, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, and if you haven't checked out my latest reading vlog, make sure you go do that so you can see what I read and how much fun I also had. As well as make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on this video and all of my videos so you can stay up to date with everything that I post. So, judging from this very cozy blazer I have on today, it is finally fall. And guys, fall honestly encompasses everything that is absolutely exquisite. You have trees turning brown or red. You have pumpkin spice everything. You have the actual pumpkins that you decorate with. You have cozy pillows, chunky sweaters, thick boots, wonderful weather. I mean, what more could you honestly ask for? Side note, I totally bought a pumpkin spice creamer for my coffee today, and I know I've reached a new level of basic. Honestly, one of the great things about the fall are some of the wonderful books that you can read during this season. So I've compiled a list of some fantastic books that you can read during this fall season. Side note, disclaimer, none of these books are set in a typical fall setting, but overall they definitely give me those cozy feels that make you just want to sit on your couch or your bed with a warm fleece blanket and hot cocoa or coffee or wine, whatever your drink of preference is, and really dive in. So let's jump into it. So I want to start off with a book that I am actually currently reading, which is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. It is about a man named Linus Baker who is a caseworker for the department in charge of magical youth. He is tasked with the assignment to determine whether 6 children are destined to end the world. This book is a young adult / I would say adult fantasy, so you already have me there. And honestly, it just gives me very cozy feels simply because it has magic, and I just think magic, fall, it blends together really well. It gives me very Umbrella Academy feels. So if you like that show, then you are really destined to like this particular book. So the next book is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. And oh my gosh, guys, this book honestly sparked my love of reading as an adult in my very young 20s. It is just so exquisite, and I feel like if you have read this book, then you truly know wonderful writing. This book is about a little boy who's 9 years old, and his name is Oscar Schnell. He finds a vase with a key inside of it that his father left him, who tragically died in 9/11. He sets across the 5 boroughs of New York to find the lock that matches the key, and also find closure for his father. Now, I would say this book is really great for the fall time simply because it is a little on the sadder side, so it's great if you have to read it inside the house and then not have to deal with people afterwards. But I also love that it's set in New York, and I just think that fall and New York goes so well together, and fall in New York just looks absolutely gorgeous. So definitely read this. It has some of the best writing. I honestly love Jonathan Safran Foer. He could write anything, and I will read it. So the next book on the list is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And I feel like every lit major or art student has probably read this particular book. It is considered a gothic novel, so I thought it was perfect for the fall time. And also it has a lot of philosophical ideas in the book, like beauty, hedonism, art, vain. So it's really great if you do want to elevate your reading and be slightly bougie. So the next book is Kindred by Octavia Butler, and you guys, this is one of my favorite modern day authors. Seriously, go read every book by her right now. This book is absolutely incredible. It is sci-fi, so it's perfect for the fall setting. It's about a woman named Dana who is celebrating her 26th birthday with her husband, and she's then all of a sudden evaporated into thin air and transported to the antebellum South, set in the 19th century. Crazy already, right? It is here where she's actually a slave, and she goes back and forth between modern California and the 21st century back to the 19th century antebellum slave time. She's dealing with the stark differences between the modern world and slavery, although we'll see if there's really any difference. But honestly, such an incredible book, amazing writer, amazing writing in the book as well. Seriously, go read this book right now and then thank me later. One of my favorites. So the next book is the very infamous Night Film by Marisha Pessl. And honestly, with this particular book, you either love the book, you hate the book. I actually really liked this book. I will say that it is a bit chilling. So for all of my October fans out there, this book really is gonna be a perfect read for October. I will say that it is quite a big chunky book. So it's like 600 pages. Yeah, it's like 600 pages, folks. So it is long. So you will be locked in with this book, which makes it perfect for the fall time. I remember when I read this book and I was a little creeped out, but I love me a good creepy book. I can't even lie. It's just one of those books you have to experience for yourself. It's a bit of a mystery, a bit of a thriller. I don't want to dive too much into it because I feel like if I say something, I'm going to give it away, but I really like it. Let me know if you have read this book in the comments, because I know this is a very debated book, but I personally love it. Night Film by Marisha Pessl. So the next favorite of mine is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. You know, I wonder what this says about me. Anyway, so if you have seen the movie, you pretty much already know what it's about. So it's about Patrick Bateman, who is an educated, intelligent, handsome man who lives and works in Wall Street and then spends his nighttime rather interestingly. All I have to say, folks, is blood. Lots and lots of blood. Now, I personally love this book, even though it is extremely gory. I stayed up all night, honestly, reading this when I did pick it up, and I just think it's so intriguing. It's actually one of my favorite books, and again, I don't know what that says about me, but hey, there you go. So this next book is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and honestly, if you've already read this book, you have exquisite taste. Let's be friends. So this book is essentially a letter between the author and his son, explaining and writing about the racial injustices in the world, more specifically in America, especially being Black. If you are a huge fan of James Baldwin like me, then you really will enjoy this book. It's perfect for a coffee shop conversation because it will have you talking. Honestly, it should be on everyone's shelves. You have to read this. Thank me later. So the next book is Carrie by Stephen King. Need I say more? I mean, honestly, you have lots of blood, you have torment, you have Halloween. What more could you honestly ask for? But seriously, Carrie is a pretty good book. It's not one of my favorites, but I think that it is a great setting for fall and Halloween, and if you want to be spooked out a little bit, go read the book. All right, so this next one is all of the Lord of the Rings. I just have to laugh because this is one of my favorite series, and I just have to stick it in where I can. But all of the Lord of the Rings, including The Hobbit, because I think it's also a great addition to the Lord of the Rings series, but all of the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien, I just think it's perfect for the fall. I mean, you have adventure, you have coming of age, you have the fantasy element, so it's really going to be something that is entertaining for you, but it's also slow paced, so It's not something that you can just like run through very fast because it has a lot that accompanies it. I get that word messed up every single time. It has a lot going on, and I just think that it's perfect for the fall setting. It's one of my favorites. Maybe it'll be one of your favorites too. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan though, so I'm kind of biased, but read all of these. Let me know what you think. Honestly, this brought me through winter/fall. It's just perfect for a cold or crispy day with a chunky sweater and your boots, and there's leaves falling all around you, and you have Lord of the Rings in your hand. I mean, come on. It's perfect. Next book is Their Eyes Are Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. And honestly, guys, this book is absolutely incredible. It's about a woman named Janie Crawford who is really coming into her awakening as a woman. We see her trials and tribulations as she deals with her past, her present, and then her future. Now, this book is one that you truly want to take your time on, as some people have described the book as a little difficult to read. It's perfect for the fall because, again, you're able to truly take your time on this particular book, and you can focus on the absolute incredible writing in this book. Next is the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I don't know where book 2 is. I don't know, I haven't seen it. But anyway, these books are absolutely incredible to read during the fall. I feel like V.E. Schwab really knows how to create a magical world. If you love magicians, if you love magic, adventure, a twist in the story, deceit, love, it really has it all. You definitely will be locked in for the fall reading these books. And oh my gosh, what in the world happened? Do you guys see this? Wow, I don't know what happened. So the story follows Kel, an Antari, which is similar to a magician. He's able to travel between 4 different Londons: red, gray, white, and once upon a time, black. Along him traveling between these various Londons, he meets some interesting characters / friends, and of course, adventure ensues. Honestly, you guys, these books are just generally very entertaining for the most part. They're easy to follow and easy to read as well. And they're also set in London, different types of London, of course, but I just think they're perfect for the fall time. Again, it has pretty much everything you're looking for out of a really good book. So the next book is The Vegetarian-Han Kang. It's by a South Korean author, and this book is incredibly gripping and very profound. It's about a young woman who all of a sudden decides to become vegetarian, and then her family pretty much goes ballistic and tries to assert control over her life to essentially eat meat again. Now, when I first read the description about this book, I didn't think that it sounded very interesting, but once I did read it, it really blew me away with just such fantastic writing, and honestly, a portrait into women's lives of how we try to, not even we, but how people control women's lives every day down to what they eat. This book is not very long. It's about 180 pages, so you can probably get through this book within about a day or two. I always recommend it. It's an extremely good book, very beautiful, and really good for fall because it is a bit slow paced, but it keeps you very enthralled the whole time. So this next book is Beloved-Toni Morrison, and guys, this is also another one of my favorites. I feel like if you want an impeccable reading palette, you have to read Beloved, or at least books by Toni Morrison. It's just a must. Now, in my eyes, this is considered classic literature, and I feel like we need more books like Beloved or like Toni Morrison, as well as modern day Black authors to be in the centerfold of our schools, of our reading regime, all of that. We need more of this. So the story is about a woman named Sethi who was born a slave, but 18 years later, she is now living technically free. So she's haunted by the ghost called Beloved, who just so happens to be her daughter. As you can imagine, strange things does happen, not only in her life, but in the life of others as well. This book honestly reads like a gigantic poem, and I absolutely love Toni Morrison for that. It's so beautiful. It's perfect for the fall time because it is one that you want to take your time. But once you do read this book, I promise you, you will revisit this book time and time again. It is absolutely just a classic. You have to read it. Your fall reading wouldn't be complete without The Secret History by Donna Tart. Now, this book screams dark academia. If you love that whole feel, that whole aesthetic of dark academia like me, this book really fits in perfect for that. It's about a group of students studying the classics. It's about their friendship and what they face as friends and the ups and downs of their friendship. To me, it's really good. It is quite a lengthy book. So if you're willing to read it, then I think you'll definitely enjoy it. It is a bit of a slower pace, but overall, I think it is, a really good piece of literature. It gives me very, what's that movie called with Robin Williams? Dead Poet Society. It gives me very Dead Poet Society feel, which I personally really love that book. So, Secret History by Donna Tart, go read it. So the very last book that I have for you has been a crowd favorite, which is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Now, this is perfect for the fall/October because it is, as the title says, all about witches. It's about a young girl named Emmanuel who wants to know where her origins have come from. It gives me very Salem vibes, so I think that it's gonna be good. I haven't read the book, but I heard that it's good. So I'm recommending it to you, even though I have not read this book, but take my recommendation because I heard that it's really good and I eventually am going to be reading it. So yeah. So there you guys go. Those are all the books that I recommend to really give you those fall feels and make you feel nice, snuggly, and warm. Maybe not warm because a lot of them are about death. You guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Do hit that notification bell so you can stay notified of all videos that I do post. Also follow me on Instagram. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week ahead of you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!